This is another Blue Mountain artist. Your name?
My name is Andrea Morrison, and I've been painting for a long time, still learning how to do it, trying to learn how to do it better. These are little quickie miniatures that I'm inspired by this photograph right here that somebody sent me. So I'm trying to make little cloudy skies and a mountain ridge. Well, so far I've done a wet on wet sky, and then I put a stroke of golden across there for the sunset or sunrise, whichever that is. And then I put in a watery background there for the distant mountains. And then I put in the next layer after that's dried. I put in darker paint to be in the foreground. So my brush right now is wet with a dark blue, and I'm going to add some yellow to it. And when I mix my colors, I put down two separate puddles, and then I blend them together so I can control the color that I get. So this yellow and this blue became this green, and if I wanted it darker, I could add more blue and less yellow. And the other thing I like to do to make for Christmas tree greens is ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, and it makes a really nice Christmas green color. Like that. So I would come down here and just do some strokes, kind of fill that in, and then maybe add some more blue. And I like the variety of browns and oranges and blues. So I can just keep adding and playing with my brush, and right now I've got it on its tip. Sometimes I do it on its side, but you can use any surface of the brush to get a stroke that you might want. So I've been enjoying watercolor for a long time, and I enjoy teaching people how to use watercolor because sometimes it takes a little bit of thought and experience to develop your skills. But it's possible for everybody. People think watercolor is hard, but I think if you're patient and you learn some basic techniques, anybody can paint with watercolor, because you're really just painting with colored water, and you just have to be aware of how wet you're working. Like this is very wet on wet right now, and you can see that the paint blends with the other colors that are down there. Now I have green over here in my palette beside my sandwich, but I hardly ever use plain green. You can see how gaudy that is. It's not very natural. So I prefer making my own green or varying the green that I have and turning it into some other color, some other kind of green. This is about wet enough that I want to let it rest and get dry, and then I could come back and add a little bit more and get some more patterns and detail. But if I keep working this wet on wet, it'll just all run together and I won't have any detail. So that's my story on doing watercolor here at Hodgepodge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking.
I'm a pretty girl.